Congo River, a 2,700-mile-long highway, the only highway for trade and travel to many parts of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Today is the second part of a homecoming for Lucy Hobgood Brown and her sister Ann Zollner. The sisters had grown up in Congo. Lucy and Ann's grandparents and their parents had been missionaries. Their father had been born in the remote village of Lutumbe, far up the Congo River and its tributaries. On this trip, the sisters' friend, San Franciscan Betsy Brill, is coming home with them. The women are embarking on a 16-hour journey in a motorized dugout canoe. They are following the trail of two very special sewing machines. Just 9 months before, 4 men had paddled for 7 days to deliver those sewing machines to Lutumbe. Lucy and Ann had visited the village nearly 2 years before, their first return to Congo together since their youths. That trip unveiled a country that has suffered greatly since their departures so many years before.
We were so distressed in seeing that conditions have deteriorated so much.
In the hospital where surgical services are rendered, there's no running water, there's no electricity.
We got to talking by phone and by email. How can we make a difference? Is there some small way that we can help? And we thought, well, one way we can make a difference is by talking to our women friends about the needs of the women in Lutumbe.
I had long been fascinated by Lucy's tales of childhood in Africa, but the story she told after her return to Lutumbe broke my heart.
There were no real income-producing opportunities in Lutumbe. Lucy wanted to send desperately needed medical garb and surgical linens to the sad hospital, and she knew that at least 2 of the women there could sew if they had the equipment. So we had raised money among our friends to buy sewing machines, fabrics, and supplies so that the women could make the goods locally and then use the machines to generate income. We had started with 2 machines, and we were eager to see the results.
Arrival in any Congolese village is a special occasion. But for the sisters, this second trip upriver as adults reaffirms relationships reaching back nearly 100 years. Chantal Bolingo is the woman who had chaperoned the 2 sewing machines on their 7-day voyage to Lutumbe. She also had transformed those 2 devices into a school that had become the heart of what she and her community call Fondation Lucy Otanga. Otanga is Lucy's Congolese name.
The story of this sewing school is simple. We started this school with the 2 sewing machines Lucy and her friends bought for us in Kinshasa. I made the uniforms for the nurses and the doctors. But then the machines were not be used. I decided to start a school because I had always wanted to help other women. I trained to be a seamstress, so I knew I could share my talents. But I never had the capability before. With the sewing machines, I could accomplish my life's dream. When people heard about the school, they began to bring fabrics to us and ask us to make clothing. This was an order from a woman who brought in the fabric and asked us to make a blouse for her. We are making several of these pastoral robes on special order. We also have been making school uniforms for the little children. The students make baby shirts and little blankets from fabric remnants. We give them to mothers who come to the hospital. And with the money we have earned, we bought mosquito netting to protect the mothers and their babies. Mothers now come to the hospital for checkups and to give birth, so they can receive these free things. They normally give birth at home. We are also helping pay fees for women who don't have any money. Not long ago, we started a little cafeteria where we sell bread and coffee in the morning. 2 women are learning to have a business. Then we used that money to buy tools and seeds to start our experimental garden. Women work in the garden every morning with us. The people here do not have a good diet. The only vegetable they were eating was manioc. That takes a long time to grow, up to a year and a half before it can be harvested. Some of the vegetables in our garden can be harvested in 3 weeks. We have more variety and the vegetables are more nutritious. Some people are buying the vegetables. Some are buying seedlings to make their own gardens. We have many ideas, but not enough money to get started. We want to use the money we are making to help women progress in all areas of their lives.
And so, a story of women reaching out to other women, and a gift that continues to give. 2 sewing machines have outfitted doctors and nurses. 2 sewing machines have provided new skills to poor women. 2 sewing machines are generating income that produces other income. 2 sewing machines are helping attract pregnant mothers to receive prenatal care. 2 sewing machines are helping distribute mosquito nets. 2 sewing machines are helping foster a balanced diet that combats malnutrition. 2 sewing machines in the hands of a woman with ideas.
My goodness, this is just showing again the courageousness and resilience of Congolese women, that how they can make something out of almost nothing.
The whole purpose of our trip to Congo had been to evaluate needs and identify possible projects we could help in some way. Before we left, Lucy Ann and I had called on our friends once again to donate to micro-projects for Congolese women. We collected around $5,000 altogether. We saw so many needs while we were there, particularly in Lutumbe, and $5,000 doesn't go far, it turns out. So the incredible returns, if you will, on the original 2 sewing machines convinced us to earmark the whole $5,000 for a community loan fund. The Fondation Lucy Otango, we call it FLOW, will administer the fund. The loans must be used only for projects that will generate income. We've provided guidelines, and they have promised to provide reports 3 times a year. We have a lot of confidence because the women at FLOW clearly understand how important it is for projects to produce income. So we hope to raise more money for the loan fund. And we are also trying to connect Lutumbe to outside organizations. We hope we can be the bridge between the village and the women of Lutumbe to the outside world.